Hey friends, this is Nate coming to you from Palen Music Center down here in Springfield, Missouri. And what are we looking at today? Well, in 2018, Paul Smith, the man, and his good buddy Doug Sewell, somehow, through a fortuitous set of circumstances, were allowed by the Hendrix estate to get into the Marshall Super Lead that Jimi Hendrix played on tour, but most importantly at Woodstock. Come on now. We're about to talk about some tones, all right? So they got into that amp and with the idea to clone it and to, see what the magic mojo was in there and be able to scientifically put that into something else. And if you remember, and you're a PRS fan, there was an HXDA amplifier that stood for Hendrix Dwayne Allman. And that was based off that same amp, but with sort of two different takes in terms of tone. Well, this is all Jimmy, baby, all Jimmy. And I'm shocked, honestly. Here's what I'm shocked about. Number one, when our awesome rep, Matt Hallam, I love you, you're amazing, when he called me and said, dude, about this amp, I was thinking 100 watts, like I was hearing like I Don't Live Today, Voodoo Child, like that kind of thing. But he told me the clean on here is so amazing. Now it's 100 watts, and we're going to crank it up here in just a second. So you can put an attenuator on it, but let me just take you through this thing just as it is. What's going on is instead of the normal 4 inputs that you would have here, you've got 1 input and everything is crossed over internally. What am I talking about? Well, normally on a 4 input amp like that, you've got, bright, normal, and then you put a little cable in between 2 of them and then stick it in the one on the top. And then you've got like this overdriven sound where both volumes are working in tandem. Well, they do that on the inside, so you don't have to kind of fool around with that, which is awesome. Also, to get those bright switch sounds or the bright input sounds, you have a switch right here, okay? Basic, bass, middle, treble with the presence over yonder, and then there's a little high gain or a high mid, I should say, a mid gain switch, which is really nice because when we crank it up here in a second, you'll be able to get that kind of mid forward sort of thick thing that works so well with something with single coils in it. So, without further ado, let's listen to this thing. 1, 2, 3, here we go. Okay, so first up, let's check out these bright switches. I've got my treble and bass volume like right around 2. We got the bright switch all the way down. Here it is all the way up. I'm gonna be on, let's get on the middle position. It sounds like this. All the way up. If you ever wanted Jimi Hendrix and Merle Haggard in 1 amp enclosure, there it is. Okay, now here in the middle, we're going to go with not quite bright. And I think I'm going to switch to the position 4 here. That's almost Dire Straits. I don't know any Dire Straits, but that's my crappy Mark Knopfler impression. Right? Now, let's go back to where this was. And then, just for funsies, I'm going to turn the bass all the way down. All the way up. I mean, it's thuddy, but it's not woofy. No, you know what I mean? Not at all. Mid-range. Let's go all the way up here. That sounds really good. That sounds really good. That will make you a fan of mid-range right there. Okay, all the way down just for fun. Cut the mids. Yeah, that's neat. All right, and then treble all the way down. Let's see what we got here. I mean, there's still some treble there. Treble all the way up. I'm going to kill us all, and I apologize for that. There's a lot of tones, just a lot of cool. For recording, get out of here. This would be a fantastic amp to have. Now, I have the mid switch down. Let's go ahead and flip that bad boy up. And I'm gonna turn that delicious mid-range up again. And I'm gonna ease up the treble volume just a skosh. And Nash, who's running audio, is going to look at me with eyebrows raised. Is that good? That doesn't want to break up, but what happens if I switch that back down? That's getting there. Now, to get this thing to totally break up, we're going to crank it up, but I want you to hear something really quick. I'm going to put this all back the way it was here. And this thing takes pedals really, really well. This is Strymon Lex. This is a little L cap with some reverb. And then here is just an envelope filter, Analog Man. We got to hook up a fuzz. Here we go. We've got the Greer Super Hornet fuzz. Everybody here's got on headphones but me. Here we go. I like to imagine myself sitting at home with a peach-flavored LaCroix, a little bubbly drink. I'm in my garage. I've got this. All my neighbors understand at that moment that I am a neighbor to be reckoned with. Thank you, Paul Smith, and thank you, Jimi Hendrix. Moving on. All right, we got this thing turned up. Treble is at 8. Bass is about 5 3/4. Treble on the EQ side is like straight up. Mid-range is more like 6. Bass looks like it's rolled down to about 4, maybe 3.8. You know what I mean? Mid-range switch is up. Bright switch is up. I'm going to tell you right now, it's loud. And in fact, Paul Smith recommends you get an attenuator. And there's lots of good ones out there, and we got them. But this sounds just awesome. This will make the leg of your pants waft in the wind like Old Glory waving above this blessed nation of ours. Anyway, here it comes. It's so loud and awesome. Very awesome. I kind of messed up Third Stone there, but I couldn't help it. When you're playing with that much volume, it just kind of, it moves you physically, spiritually, and mentally. So, folks, this is a gem of an amp. If you've got a recording studio or you do some home recording or you're playing in just a power trio and you need that extra bottom end to cover up all the musicians that ain't there, right? And you're not, making your bass player mad, this would be a great amp. Gosh, it is so awesome. We only did one guitar, and honestly, for what it is and who the amp was modeled after, I felt like that was just profoundly important to do just this. And gosh, it sounds so good. We've got them. We're real proud to have them, and I can't wait for you to get your hands on this. PalenMusicCenter.com is where you find them. 417-882-7000 is how you get a hold of us, and we will see you soon. Hey, thanks for watching. If you would hit the subscribe button, we will keep you in the loop with all new content that we upload. Also, if you're not already, please follow us on Facebook and Instagram. We're posting new content all the time, and we want to stay connected with you. Palen Music at PalenMusic.com.